Hello my friends, this is Greg Lunger with YogiZenDude.com. And today we're going to dive into learning more about how love equals abundance and how our thoughts create our reality, our experience in life. That we are the creators. we have the free realm of creating what our thoughts are, and thus creating our reality, our experience, our joyful, loving, harmonious, abundant experience here, while we are spirit in human form. Learning more about who we are as spirit, as God beings, all-powerful God beings. So I'll be reading some more out of the Master Key System today. Let's see. I think we're up to part 4. I'm going to kind of go over the last two that was on, or one of the last ones here. These mental activities pertain to the world within, to the world of cause and conditions and circumstances, which result are the effect. It is thus that you become a creator. This is important work, and the higher, loftier, grander, and more noble ideals which you can conceive, the more important the work will become. I think this is vitally important for us. It just grants us infinite freedom here. It's like, a joyful, suddenly just the joy of youth again, with total freedom here. This is important work, and the higher, loftier, grander, and more noble ideals which you can conceive, the more important the work will become. Okay. Okay. But those who will be guided by the intellect will gain victory. But those who will be guided by the intellect will gain victory. So, you may say that you cannot let go of these things, but you can. You can do so by mentally determining to do so, by voluntary intention and persistence. The reason that some cannot do this is because they allow themselves to be controlled by the emotions instead of by their intellect. But those who will be guided by the intellect will gain their victory. So instead of letting ourselves be guided by our emotions, our sadness, our anger, our depression, our error thoughts, we want to find our way back to rational thoughts. So, but those who will be guided by the intellect will gain the victory. I think that's vital, because we all have our emotions about different situations and stuff, and so what we want to be able to quickly do is identify, hey, I'm caught up in emotions and error thoughts here, and to stop and say, okay, God, maybe you can't visualize any divine thoughts at that time, and that's where I go back to questions and asking and just saying, hey God, what are the divine abundant thoughts for me in this situation with this person, right now? What are divine abundant thoughts? And then as those insights come to you, more insights and courses of action come to you, and just immediately step right on into that. Okay, part 5. Mind shapes and controls matter. Mind shapes and controls matter. There is a fine estate awaiting a claimant. Its broad acres with abundant crops, running water, and fine timber stretch away as far as the eye can see. There is a mansion, spacious and cheerful, with rare pictures, a well-stocked library, rich hangings, and every comfort and luxury. All the hirer has to do is assert his hireship, take possession, and use the property. He must use it. He must not let it decay, for use is the condition on which he holds it. To neglect it is to lose possession. In the domain of mind and spirit, in the domain of practical power, such an estate is yours. You are the hire. You can assert your hireship and possess and use this rich inheritance. Power over circumstances is one of its fruits. Health, harmony, and prosperity are assets upon its balance sheet. It offers you poise and peace. It costs you only the labor of studying and harvesting its great resources. It demands no sacrifice except the loss of your limitations, your servitudes, your weakness. It clothes you with self-honor and puts a scepter in your hands. To gain this estate, 3 processes are necessary. You must earnestly desire it. You must assert your claim. You must take possession. But there is a heredity which the physical scientists have not compassed. It lies beneath and antecedent to all their researches, at a point where they throw up their hands in despair, saying they cannot account for what they see. This divine heredity is found in full sway. Back up here. In the domain of mind and spirit, in the domain of practical powers, such an estate is yours. You are the hire. You can assert your hireship and possess and use this rich inheritance. Power over circumstances is one of its fruits. Health, harmony, and prosperity are assets upon its balance sheet. It offers you poise and peace. It costs you only the labor of studying and harvesting its great resources. Again, it's just studying, researching, finding out the information, and then practicing. Studying is valuable, but without practice, it's almost useless. We have to practice this so it can become part of our natural actions. And so it is with everything. It's just practice, 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 and that's why I'm going back through the different parts here, and because you get ahead, into these other ones, and sometimes you kind of lose touch with some of the ones you learned earlier. So I like to go back and go over these and meditate on them, and doing these videos helps me too, because I pick up more as I'm doing these. So learning and then practicing. So we've been learning about how thought is all powerful. Thought is our greatest tool for creating our reality in the way we want. And we've learned that the bigger and grander and loftier our thoughts are, the more important our work is. And we've learned that spirit flows where the greatest, outlet is. So the more we practice these techniques and stuff, the more of a channel we are for spirit and, who we are, who our true nature is of spirit. This is Greg Lunger with YogiZenDude.com. Come and visit and leave some comments. Let us share your insights.